Hey guys! In today's video, I'll be showing you my study routines of how I'm preparing for the two AP tests I'm taking this year, US History and Calculus BC. Let's start off with US History, and the first thing I do is look at the key concept outline or course overview. And this is a document that basically is the College Board telling you the entire curriculum, what exactly is knowledge that you need for the test. And it's great to take advantage of this since it's the people who write the test telling you exactly what they expect you to know for the test. What I do with this key concept outline is first I count off all of the different numbers and then divide them up between the amount of time that I have to study for the test. So for APUSH there are 9 units, each with subpoints, and I've allotted myself 4 weeks. What I do with the key concept outlines is I fill in the blank space next to each point with specific historical examples, some arrows showing cause and effect, notes about change and continuity and themes over time. Basically, I annotate them with examples that I can remember. If I don't remember that much, I look back at my notes and I use that information to fill things in, which is what I'm currently showing you right now. If you want tips about how to take notes for APUSH and other history classes, I made a video about advice for AP European history, which I will link in the cards right now, and I think that advice would be pretty applicable to US history as well. I cut out quite a bit of this footage because it's just me doing pretty much the same things over and over for about half an hour. But now I'm moving on to getting more annotations and notes from a review video by the history review channel Adam Norris, who is a favorite of my AP US history class. I'm watching this short 10-minute summary video of period 3 and then writing in as much as I can next to corresponding key concepts that align with the information that's being given. I find it helpful to get a couple of different perspectives, including my textbook notes, my lecture notes, and these review videos made by other people so that I can get a more well-rounded view of each subject and get some more facts or relations between different events that I didn't notice previously from a different source. And now that I've finished annotating the key concepts, I'm moving on to actually applying this information that I just reviewed in doing some multiple choice practice questions on the website albert.io, which you have probably seen many times if you watch my Study With Me videos. I find this website really helpful for multiple choice practice since it's all in a neat organized format with answer explanations already provided. It does cost money to use, but I personally find it's worth it. I don't really use any prep books because I just use what the College Board puts out and the practice questions that are on this site. Like what I did for the annotating, I'm not going to show all 30 minutes of me doing this. I think you get the idea and you really don't need to watch this task happen over and over. And now moving right along to Calc BC, which is definitely one of the hardest classes I've taken. I didn't really set up my own study schedule for studying for the Calc exam. Instead, I'm using a 4-week/1 month study schedule made by the free blog that's run by the people who made Albert.io. They have a blog. I promise this is not sponsored by them, but I just really like their resources. And on their blog, they make month-long study plans for every AP exam. So I will link that in the description. I find it really helpful, and I'm sure you'll find it a great resource as well. Anyways, back to what I'm doing on the screen right now. It's just a lot of multiple choice practice questions, which definitely is not exactly the most exciting thing to watch, so I'm not going to show all of it, as I mentioned earlier, for the APUSH work as well. And you can see my notebook in the left, because sometimes I forget a particular theorem or formula and I look back to reference it. Anything that I've forgotten, I will note it down in my planner so that I can go back to it later and ensure that I remember everything that I had forgotten previously. Just like what I had been doing previously for AP US History, this is a pretty repetitive task, and I don't feel like I have to show you every single minute of my studying since it's all just writing practice questions on my whiteboard notebook. But one thing I do want to point out is, in fact, this whiteboard notebook. Personally, I think it's a good idea to do math practice questions on a whiteboard notebook kind of thing. Since you have to do so many of them, it takes up a lot of space, but you don't really ever go back to reference them again. You just do the practice and then learn from it and move on. That's why I don't feel that I need to use a paper notebook and preserve all of these practice questions. Instead, I'll just use something that's reusable and erasable. Now I've switched over to doing free response questions, which are not from Albert.io, but instead directly from the free response practice tests that are available on the College Board website. These are questions from previous year's AP exams, so they will definitely really closely align with what I would see on the actual exam. The College Board publishes previous exam questions for every single AP class, so definitely check out their website for a lot of free practice resources. If you ever have trouble finding any of these things, a quick Google search will be pretty helpful, and I'll also try to link as much as I can in the description below. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have advice about AP exams or you want to discuss the tests that you're taking this year, be sure to leave that in the comments. I upload new videos every Monday, and my Tumblr and Instagram are both at studyquill if you want to look at pictures of my notes. See you next time!